Hi, Scott Orlam of Cinema Magazine. The new film coming your way is called Cherry, and I'm here with one of the stars of the film, Ciara Bravo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uh,
So good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you. As this is based on a real story, how much information did you want to ascertain going into this about who this woman really was?
Right. Well, I think it's important to note that, the book by Nico Walker is certainly one step away from his real life. It's influenced by his life, and this film is influenced by this book. So the version of Emily that we're seeing in the film is very much so a fictionalized character. And I didn't want to get that character that we've created in the script confused by incorporating too many aspects of the versions of Emily past, but there were some bits and pieces that I hope you can see in the film. Little ticks that were noted that she had, like moving her jaw back and forth, was a big one that I like to hold on to, just so that there was still a piece of her, something that was still recognizable in this version of the film, or in this version of the story.
So many times in relationships, one person feeds off the other. Oh, that's a really cool attribute. I'm going to be more like that. This
Mm-hmm.
is the other extreme of what happens when you pick up the negative vibes of somebody. How eye-opening was that for you?
It was extraordinarily eye-opening, especially as a young woman myself. I'm lucky enough to be in a career where I can learn so much from my job about my real life and how to function in my day-to-day world. But in this film in particular, the love story really hit home for me, like we were talking about. And what I think we do a great job of showing is the reality of living in a codependent relationship and the ugly path that it can lead you down when you allow yourself to get so lost in another person. And I understand why it's happening. These are two lost souls. These are two people who don't feel like they belong in the world. So once they find that kindred spirit, they're going to hold on with all they have. And they're going to give everything to that other person, even if it kills them.
One of the things I loved is when they first meet, that cute romantic banter that goes on. And I
Yeah.
swear, as a guy, it just resonated because sometimes women have to hold up signs. I am interested in you. Guys do not pick up signals.
I like you. Date me. Yeah. No, I thought that this was great. And I think that just goes back to showing how in tune Emily and Cherry are with each other. It was that immediate click. You look over your shoulder, you see that cute guy in the back of the room. You're going to see where this takes you. And Emily has always been a precocious person. She's incredibly smart and she's incredibly strong.
Are you more proactive when you see somebody you like?
Absolutely not. You better believe I'm leaving the room as soon as I see somebody I like. It's so scary. The vulnerability of falling in love with a person. I'll save it for another day.
I have to commend you how incredibly brave it was when your character goes down the rabbit hole of
Hmm.
where she has to go. I mean, please God, you're never going to get in that situation. But how did you temper your performance to make it so somebody who maybe had gone through the experience would go, that's me. I've been there.
For me, it really came down to the research. I think that was the most important part in building Emily into a three-dimensional character, a real living human being. And I'm very grateful that I was able to go to the rehab facility in Cleveland and connect with so many people there who are currently battling through recovery themselves from addiction. But there was one nurse there in particular who I spoke to who had an extremely similar journey to my character, Emily. And she, in speaking to her and learning about how she looked at her lover in the beginning of the relationship to the height of their addiction to the end where they're in the real throes of it, and how she looked at herself, how she felt when she was looking in the mirror, it was an extremely humbling experience. And I feel like it allowed me to bring a lot more depth to Emily and a lot more reality and honesty in touching back on those stories that she so generously shared with me. So I really owe her a lot. I need to send her a thank you note.
Well, thank you for this humbling experience of the interview, Ciara. The movie is
Thank
called
you,
Cherry, and
Scott.
this is Scott Orland. Until next time.
It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much.